It is said the Amazon never sleeps. Its rivers murmur like dreams. Its insects hum with invisible orchestras. Its leaves, they breathe in rhythms older than memory. But now, some parts are silent. Where birds once sang symphonies at dawn, there is only smoke. Where the air shimmered with wings, ash now settles like snow. This is not nature resting. This is not the calm of peace. This is erasure. Each hour the forest shrinks. Each day trees fall. Fires, road, chainsaws, the tools of a slow undoing. And yet, most of the world never sees it. Because the Amazon doesn't scream. It whispers. Until it disappears. This is not just a story of loss. It's a story of urgency, of wonder, of choice. Because the Amazon is not far away. It is not other. It is part of all of us. And its fate is ours. The Amazon is not just a forest. It's a planet within a planet. Here, life has unfolded in exquisite complexity. Insects that mimic leaves, trees that walk, and fish that communicate with electricity. A single tree may host more species than an entire European woodland. It covers over 5.5 million square kilometres and shelters an estimated 10% of all known plants and animal species. From the shimmering scales of the arapaima to the vibrant feathers of the macaw, life here is not only abundant, it is astonishing. Even the seemingly ordinary holds marvels. The giant water lily whose floating leaves can span 2 meters, or the poison dart frog. A jewel no bigger than a thumbnail, yet key to medical breakthroughs. But as we discover new life, we destroy it. And what we lose is not only species, but relationships. Symbiotic dances evolved over eons, vanish in hours. And with them, potential medicines, crops, cures. We may never know what we've lost. The Amazon is the world's largest river basin, but it is the forest that powers its rain. Trees act as pumps, drawing water from the ground, releasing it skyward. These flying rivers drift westward, delivering rainfall across South America. Destroy the forest, and the clouds break apart. And this is not just local drought, it is continental desiccation. Without the Amazon, rain patterns fail, entire climate systems collapse. Over 30 million people call this region home, among them more than 400 indigenous nations, each with distinct languages, traditions, and ways of knowing. They know when to plant by the hum of insects, and when to travel by the scent of blooming trees. They are the keepers of stories, songs, and science, not passed through books, but through breath. Their knowledge is not of conquest, but coexistence. And yet, fires now rage where they once gathered roots. Illegal roads bisect ancestral lands, and with each eviction, we lose more than people. We lose a worldview built in harmony with the land. Ecosystems can bend, but they cannot bend forever. Scientists now warn if deforestation crosses 20 to 25%, the forests will begin to collapse. Not slowly, but irreversibly. Moisture will drop, fires will become more intense, and what was once lush rainforest will fade into savanna. This is the tipping point, the moment the forest can no longer support itself. It is not a future threat. It is a line we are nearing. Now. The Amazon is Earth's largest carbon sink. Its trees and soil hold more than 100 billion tons of carbon, enough to accelerate climate change for generations. As the forest dies, this carbon is released, and the planet warms. But the cost goes further. Weather patterns shift, causing floods in some places and droughts in others. Agriculture suffers. Coffee, soy, corn, wheat, all reliant on stable rain. Air quality declines. Fires in the Amazon create smoke clouds that drift across continents. Disease risks rise as forest edges expand, and humans come into closer contact with zoonotic viruses. And mental and cultural health suffers, especially among Indigenous youth, separated from their lands and identity. What happens here affects food on your table, water in your tap, and air in your lungs. The Amazon is not remote. It is relevant to all. In losing the forest, we also lose something less measurable. A sense of wonder. A connection to something older, wilder, and more intricate than ourselves. The Amazon is not simply an ecosystem. It is a storybook, a living archive of time. Trees here remember the last ice age. The rivers have flowed since before language. And woven through it all are the voices of thousands of Indigenous communities. Each one a thread in a vast and ancient tapestry. They remind us that the Amazon has never been empty. It has always been home. What do we lose when we silence something that has spoken for 50 million years? The forest is not lost. Not yet. Saplings grow in burnt clearings. River dolphins return to once empty bends. The Amazon Conservation Association works hand in hand with communities, setting aside protected lands, teaching sustainable practices, and planting trees where chainsaws once roared. Entire reserves now safeguard endangered species once on the brink. And scientists walk alongside Indigenous elders, learning not just what lives here, but how to live with it. The Amazon is not fragile, but it is living. And living things need protection, not pity. There is still time, but not much. To understand what is at stake, we must first understand what we stand to lose. Every fire sky, every felled tree, every regrowth ring tells a story. And now, we must decide what kind of story we leave behind.